We start from the nation's capital, where Nigeria's Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, has assured that the country of President Bola Tinubu's determination to continue to develop economic, agriculture, and the digital sector. The Vice President said this when the board and management of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, led by its chairman, Mr. Olani Yusuf, paid him a courtesy visit at the presidential villa in Abuja. Vice President Kashim Shettima emphasized that the president is determined to redefine the meaning of and concept of modern leadership, and his administration will continue to develop policies that will drive investment. He explained that the federal government will, among other measures, enhance engagements and private partnership with the private sector, including the NESG, to achieve its objective. The chairman of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, Mr. Yusuf, said the visit was to congratulate the vice president and offer the group support for the Tinubu's administration, especially in strategic areas of the economy. The African Center for Supply Chain has commended the federal government for declaring a state of emergency on food security. The center advocates building a resilient logistics and supply chain infrastructure against recurring disruptions. Ifunaya Eze reports.
Rising food inflation across the country recently prompted the federal government to declare a state of emergency on food security. In his remarks on the importance of food availability and affordability, the Director General of the African Center for Supply Chain, Mr. Obiora Madu, praised government initiatives. However, he noted that despite palliative measures, building a resilient supply chain network remains crucial.
You look at the food supply chain, you start from the raw materials, like they talk about fertilizers, seeds, and the rest of them. Then the production proper is the farming, where the items are produced. Then, of course, there's the storage component of it. Then, of course, the packaging and distribution at the other end. This is the composition of the food supply chain. But if you look at everything that has been said, they did mention transportation. If we are not able to build a resilient food supply chain over time, then we're wasting our time. It's only a matter of time, and we get worse than the way we are.
Additionally, he mentioned several other disruptive factors affecting Nigeria's logistics and supply chain architecture. Among the top concerns he raised were insufficient storage and warehousing regulations and security threats.
Storage is a problem. We don't have cold chain to be able to sustain these things over. So actually, that's why I say that kudos to the government for the things that they want to do, but that what needs to be done gets beyond what they want to do so far. Insecurity to supply chain, insecurity to farmers, and the rest of them.
Among other steps crucial to achieving SDG Goal 2, he stressed that the government needs to deploy a commodity exchange to regulate, trace, and track warehousing registration. Ifunanya Eze, TVC News, Lagos.
Away from oil sector to the non-oil space, where exports valued at $2.53 billion were exported to other parts of the world in the first half of the year. The Nigerian Export Promotion Council says this is a decline compared to the same period last year, owing to the elections held earlier in the year, which affected economic activities. Lara Folayo reports.
Natural Sound, the Nigerian Export Promotion Council presenting the half-year progress report on the country's non-oil export performance. Data shows non-oil exports value dipped by 0.09% to $2.534 billion from the $2.59 billion seen in the same period last year. The Export Promotion Authorities attribute this to the general elections and transition in government earlier in the year, which affected economic activities as well as a change in global economic conditions.
The non-oil export returns from the various pre-shipment inspection agents indicated that 3,944,344.17 metric tons of products worth $2.539 billion was exported in the first half of 2023. That is from January to June 2023. as against the sum of 2.593 billion for the corresponding period of 2022.
224 product types were exported during the period, to include manufactured, semi-processed, solid minerals and agricultural commodities. 859 companies were involved in this process.
The volume of inter-African trade is still very low. This is glaring considering the fact that no African country make it to the top 15 importers of Nigerian products. In summary, 164,748.7 metric tons of products valued at 55.08 million were exported to various African countries. This amounts to a paltry 2.17% of the total export value recorded between January to June 2023.
13 West African countries were destinations for a fraction of export commodities valued at $175.47 million. The top 15 product export commodities in the first half of the year included sesame seeds, cocoa beans, urea, cashew nuts, and soya beans. Lara Folayo, TVC News, Abuja.